Hello everyone and welcome back to Select Season 3. I did a lot of progress off camera, as you can see. This is a bit of a pathway that is right next to the water. And we have this it's kind of a staircase, but not really. As you can see, it looks like it's hard to climb, but it's really actually super easy to climb. Which is really nice. It's super easy to climb. And I also lit up this area pretty well, as you can see. I don't think any mobs are going to be spawning. The neighboring island, which is pretty much Jim's island, has not been lit up at all. So I have a lot of torches though, which I can probably use later. But I decided I want to have like a star base. I need some more protection for my gear and stuff, because I basically just have a bunch of junk laying around right here, and it really needs to be put away. And I'm thinking the best way to do that is just having a bit of a hobbit house, maybe. This is just the right location. So I want it to be like basically I have like the entrance like poking out, and then I have a larger area underneath the ground, and I can kind of extend it to kind of like cover up this entire area. But before I do that, I'm going to have to extend my wooden pathway all along that, and I have plenty of wood to do that. I kind of built a simple design using the deep slate. I don't really know about it. Deep slate seems to be a little bit harder to use than the other blocks, just because it doesn't really go well with any of the blocks that I have currently. It doesn't really. It would probably look good with like a darker block like spruce, but I only have oak, and that won't. It would just kind of clash, I guess. I guess it looked pretty good, and I'm also thinking of like building a second story, which will be made out of wood, and I think that would be cool. Let me show you the interior. So there's two doors. I'm going to link those up to pressure plates probably, but on the inside, I'm gonna kind of extend this backwards a little bit. But I think it looks pretty good. It's an interesting shape as well, because usually when people build something like this, when people build houses, they just make it like kind of boxy, and this one is kind of a kind of strange shape. It's kind of like an L, and the doors are right in the middle, which is kind of where most people don't do it like this. But I think this is a pretty good design. I'm going to extend. I did a bunch of work and I forgot to record, so here is the big reveal. This is what it's going to look like, as you can see. Up there, as you can see, it kind of like leveled out with the top of my island, so I decided to make it like a balcony, which is really interesting. And down here, as you can see, I just cleared out a little bit more area. But I think it looks really good like this. Let me just go up to show you what it looks like on the top. So it looks like this on the top, and you can kind of go over here and see out and see the entire bay area kind of thing. I guess this is kind of, I'm gonna call this a bay, and this house looks really good, and I'm going to spend a little bit of time moving my stuff in, but the interior is not finished yet, so I'm gonna have to do that in a little bit. Well, I want to use some sandstone, but not that much sandstone. Okay, so I have finished our interior. I also put glass panes in the windows, but I finished the interior. This is, well, not the interior, I just finished the walls. This is looking pretty good. But I also, you probably noticed this by now, I haven't actually introduced you to the bridge. And as you can see, I built this in the first episode, but I built it off camera with Jimworld. And okay, so I have done a little bit of improvement to my base. So as you can see, down here I have a water elevator, something that I've been trying to make for years. I wanted a water elevator so I can get into my caves without any trouble. So I'm just gonna go down here. This water elevator might get trapped, I hope not. But, and over here is how you get up. It's really fast. It's a lot faster than climbing a staircase. But It takes a few seconds to get up, but not really as long as climbing a staircase would do. And if I go, I also did a little bit more walk up top, and as you can see, I kind of cleared out a bit of an area and torched it up a lot. And up here you can also see that this is a bit of a layout of a larger building that I want to build down up here, not down here. Why would I say down here? Anyways, yeah, it's a pretty big building. It's going to be a slightly larger project, but I think I should be able to get it done pretty quickly. I wasn't planning on doing a voiceover for this video, but in this clip I was too tired to do a live commentary. So anyways, I went into the new 1.18 chunks, and those chunks are pretty laggy with paper and all these things that we have on our server because of cross-play. So whenever we load in the new 1.18 chunks, it's going to be kind of laggy. But after a while, it does get better. So I went around and I found this interesting area. It's like an underwater ruin, but it was above the water, which is pretty interesting. And then I went to look for caves. I went up this cliff and I found myself a cave that was pretty boring, I have to admit. And then when I went to another cave that was a lot more interesting, I found a cave that looked like I wanted to build in it. It was very big. It had a mine shaft and it was a big cave, and that was pretty interesting. The mine shaft was just right smack in the middle of the cave. There's chains and everything hanging up there, which looked pretty cool. I even found an amethyst geode while I was there. Later down on the line, I'm planning to build an underground city where we can have shops and other various things like that. We didn't start off with a shopping district this season, so basically what we have is spawn, which some people are going to be building at, and this could also be a pretty cool area. We basically just didn't have a shopping district area planned out ahead of time. So I've actually done a bit of work off camera, and here's what I've done. As you can see behind me, we have ourselves a sugarcane farm, but this sugarcane farm is not only the most efficient. Most of this sugarcane I actually got from just by harvesting, but this sugarcane farm, it works okay, but when this grows up, it just pushes them off, and sometimes they get stuck along here and they don't actually go into the collection system, which is super annoying. So, but this potato farm is working pretty well. Each harvest gives me around 3 stacks of potatoes, which is really nice, and I have 2 layers. So when I do one harvest of both of these layers, it gives me 3 stacks of potatoes. If I go down here though, I have a wheat farm, which is a little bit smaller. There's only 1 layer, and the wheat farm is mainly for the cow farm, which is over here. I have a couple of cows going in here. Not a very efficient farm, but I am getting a smaller amount of leather from that. Just very slowly. I just have to breed them up every once in a while. Outside, I moved the nether portal. It was underground and now it is up here, and it looks really good. What is this wandering trader cell? I don't think that's useful. I already have glowstone, but yeah. This is the nether portal and it looks pretty good. Me and Jim World built this together, just like we built this bridge. But inside, I have also done a little bit of item sorting. Why can't I speak? It's item sorting. What? Item sorting. And as you can see, we have our redstone. We have our rarities, which is, I showed a diamond. This is ores and other rare things like that. We have random stone stuff. It has all sorts of random stones. This is just cobblestone chest. This is random nature materials, I guess. Over here are just some random chests. We have a random chest. A random chest. This one has also all the potatoes that I've grown and some sugar canes. And in here we have, this is the nether chest, and in here we have the deep slate chest. If you made it this far into the video, you either really liked it or you just skipped around to the end. Hopefully you didn't have to do that. I've been really working hard to make sure that it is concise enough. Anyways, if you have actually liked it, then make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also give me any other suggestions that you have. I really appreciate it.